Hey everyone, welcome back to Super Mario Sunshine. In the last part I did Noki Bay. Let's just have a quick look at what we've done so far. The screen's starting to fill out. I did actually enter Bianco Hills and Rico Harbour, that's why they're on there even though I haven't done anything. But in this video I'm actually going to do Rico Harbour, probably do Bianco Hills in the following one. I want to sort of save the good ones for spread them out a little bit because I think Gelato Beach will be an interesting one. Bianco Hills might not be as interesting, but I'm sure I can still find some things to show off in it. But in the meantime, as you saw a second ago, Shadow Mario was back in the plaza with the rocket nozzle this time, so I'm just going to spray the hell out of him, hopefully quickly. Still haven't gotten really very good at this, but hopefully I can get him before he gets onto these platforms. But, okay, I did. Okay, I guess I should be more confident in myself anyway, so I've got the rocket nozzle. I will definitely be saving the game here. I don't think it actually does anything, but, you know, sometimes... Oh, okay. I was sitting on that screen for ages, and I don't know why it didn't save, but it didn't, whatever. Should have probably read the text. But yeah, like I said, in today's video I'm going to go to Rico Harbour, which is probably one of the best levels in the game, honestly. There's a lot of cool... Why isn't this here? Oh, this is not transparent. I thought it was. I guess I'll grab this. But like I was saying, yeah, Rico Harbour, one of my favourite levels. Some really cool skips that I can show off in it as well. So, yeah, I've been looking forward to this segment, actually. Really looking forward to it. So, let me just think. The only thing I need to remember to do is on the third shine, I need to activate the rocket nozzle, because I found out recently, as in like an hour ago, that if you get to shine 8 and you haven't done, like you haven't opened the rocket nozzle box on shine 3, then for some reason it just stays invisible, even if you have it unlocked like I did in the plaza. So just gotta remember that. But yeah, you can see right away how the spin jump and the hover nozzle just completely trivialize this entire area. Normally it would take a bit of travel. There's a lot of kind of underground passages that you can take, like underneath those boxes, for instance, that lead up to here, and I'm going to skip pretty much all of that every time. The only thing I really don't like about this level is that they did reuse a boss in it, as in he appears twice in the same stage, and it's this guy here. This is the boss that I was supposed to fight in Noki Bay, or well, you are supposed to fight him later on in the game when you get to Noki Bay, but I managed to skip him there. Bit of a pain in the butt. These tentacles really will screw you up. It's probably a good idea to like at least stand on them. You can pull them away from his head, and that makes them completely useless, but hopefully I can get his eyes to change colour before he does that. Nope. So I'll just try and stand on a few of them, just to immobilize them, and hopefully this will be enough time. When his eyes change colour, you just let go, and that does one hit to him. You have to hit him twice. So, yeah. It's not really a hard boss, it's just annoying when his like arms recover faster than you think they should, but yeah. And sometimes that happens as well, where it just like, he randomly lets go of it. I'm sure there is like a reason for it, and I just haven't bothered to learn it. Yeah, maybe that's what it was actually. He sort of let go of the nose and started grabbing the tentacle instead, but yeah, I think that is actually what's causing it. So I'll wait for them to come out here. I'll hit them here, and then hopefully, if I can get to it, this should be a little bit... Nope, okay, so I don't have a clue then. Okay, well in that case, I probably will just rip his arms off. I mean, he has to be punished for this, so let's make it as painful as possible for him. Completely destroy everything about him. He did might inconvenience me like a little bit, so I mean, this is probably fair. Make it as slow as possible. He's probably in a tremendous amount of pain right now, so I mean that's reassuring. Let's just keep going. Yep, probably regretting hitting me now that you've lost 2 of your 4 limbs. Let's get the other ones done. Actually, he's got more at the back, I think, but yeah, he obviously does, but you can't actually do anything with those unless the game is really cruel, like I'm being right now, and makes them grow out after you get rid of these ones. I don't think it does though. So, come on, give me your last one. Yep, having trouble walking there. Good. Now you know what it's like. And, like I say, you do have to fight this guy twice in this stage, and hopefully he behaves the next time and I won't have to punish him quite so harshly, but if he chooses to mess everything up, I'll have no choice. Anyway, he's dead for this section. Well, at least he's out of the way. I think he can survive in that goop, whereas we can't, so We'll be seeing him again before too long. Let's just grab the shine. So yeah, the sort of gooper blooper that we just killed, that's kind of a running theme in this stage. I think 4 out of the 8 shines actually involve that in some way. But I'm going to skip all of them except for the boss fight versions, except for the boss fight shines. Like the shine that I'm about to do, for instance, I'll just briefly show off how you're supposed to get to it, and then I'll do it in a completely ridiculous and needless way. So yeah, the little cutscene there was kind of showing off that if you come over here, you can jump on these bloopers, and I think like one of them, or well, they all move at different speeds apparently. I don't remember which is which. I want to say that this one might be the fastest. If it's not, then it's the slowest. I don't really care that much. It's not going to affect me. But if you do want to tell me that, you know, make sure that no one else has said it in the comments first, because yeah, what's the point in saying the same thing that someone else has already said? I don't understand that. Anyway, so I'm going to skip all of this. The reason that you're supposed to use the blooper to get to this area is because of the goop that's in the water over there. I guess it's actually ink or whatever, but yeah, I don't really know why it hurts Mario, but because these things can obviously go through it without taking damage, so that's how you're supposed to do it. What the hell just happened? Yeah, I did that thing again where like I started pressing the hover nozzle after he was already fallen, like out of a rollout for a dive or something like that, and as a result it just didn't let me do anything. Anyway, rambling a little bit. So these guys are looking down at where you're supposed to go. You normally take the blooper in there. You can actually just skip that entirely by just jumping off here. And just, okay, doing it a little bit better than that. If you actually start hovering too late, he will hit the ink. So, yeah, you just need to get far in enough before it pushes you back out. So again, you're supposed to ride these things, and he just says pick which one you like best, so maybe they are all the same speed, I don't know. Pointless detail. Anyway, you get on one of these, you ride them around the water. While you're doing this, you're not allowed to hit the walls because it will kill you and actually take a life, and then you restart in here. But you can skip all of this just by climbing up onto this thing. I actually think this is faster than taking the bloopers if you do it right, but the way I'm going to do it is going to be kind of slow. But you just sort of trigger the race to start, and then you just slide around here. There's a few parts of this that you need to touch for the game to like consider you basically having completed the course, and it's, I mean, I've not memorized where they are exactly, but it's pretty much what I'm doing right now. If you do this, you'll be fine. The time limit is very lenient anyway, so just usually like little corners or like mid-sections of areas will be all that you need. And then, as usual, using the spin jump to completely trivialize this. So, I mean, if you want to see the fastest way to do this, just watch a speedrun of it. That is not something you're going to see here. But, yeah, still 36 seconds without using the blooper. That's actually pretty good, I guess. I'm happy with that. Let's just grab the shine. The next shine in this stage is one that I really dislike, and I've mentioned before how back in like 2002 when this game came out, everyone was like, oh, the flood is terrible. The best part of Mario Sunshine are those missions where you don't have the flood, and it just could not be further from the truth. Even though I think I probably did think this back in the day, I certainly don't think it now. Also, I'm talking rubbish anyway. It's not this shine, it's the one after that. This one actually is a really good one. At least the way I'm going to do it, it's really good. So, normally you're supposed to go around this entire area that you just saw in the cutscene there. It's a good sort of fun little platforming section. I'm going to skip virtually all of this by just doing like a really clever use of the hover nozzle, basically. Still can't say that correctly. I alternate between hover nozzle, which is correct, and hover nozzle, which is definitely not right. But yeah, so the shine's in there. You are actually, I'm glad that I thought about this, because I'm going to go and get the rocket nozzle, which is actually how you're supposed to do this. And like I mentioned at the start of the video, I'd almost forgot right there, you actually need to activate it on Shine 3 or else it won't be available on Shine 8. You might be able to activate it on other shines other than 3, but I know for a fact that 3 works, so I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to head over here and actually get this. I guess I'm gonna actually collect it. Let's see what the save thing says. Okay, so it's not in there. I wonder why that is. I haven't touched it at all, but it's not going to matter as long as I'm using save states. Anyway, I actually do want to get the hover nozzle back. I'm going to make sure I'm saying it correctly now, because yeah, there's the turbo one. That's grayed out for some reason. I know you can activate that one on shiny and it'll be fine, so I'll probably just do that later. But yeah, like I want to get the hover nozzle back because I want to show off the cool way to do this. Because not like if you were doing a speedrun of this game, you would probably be. I don't know if you would be doing this stage before you had the rocket nozzle. I don't know if you ever even unlocked the rocket nozzle in an any percent. I don't remember, but there it is over there. Like you certainly would be doing this mission without using the rocket anyway, because it's just quicker to do so. But let me just grab this and head back up to where I was. Okay, almost activated the blue coin that I don't want. I mean, as long as I didn't collect it, I would have been fine, but always a little embarrassing when that happens. Anyway, let's just do a spin jump, I think should make it. I can land up here. I definitely don't want to grab this blue coin either. So yeah, you would use the rocket nozzle. I mean, I guess you would do all this platforming rubbish to get up here. I'm just pausing it because that wind is about to hit me. And then you would get the rocket nozzle, go underneath this, and oh, nice. And you would just like shoot yourself up there, and you can sort of pull yourself in through the bottom of it. But if you just jump off this, let's make another save state here. If you just jump off this and use the hover nozzle at the right time, again with that, if you use the nozzle at the right time, you'll land underneath it. It's fairly easy to do. This section in here is a real pain in the butt because later on in the level, and like I think it's like Shine 6 or maybe another one, you do have to come back in here only for a blue coin, and that's ugh. I know I'll be covering this later on, but it just, I remembered it when I saw that area there and it annoyed me. It's funny how it's showing Noki Bay. I guess the game never expected you to have done Noki Bay by this point. I think it is like the last sort of big cutscene that shows before. Well, I guess it would show up Yanta Village, but I've done that as well, so I don't know. I don't know what's up with it. I don't know why it's showing that. Anyway, this is the shine that I was talking about a bit earlier on that I really don't like, and there's nothing really difficult about it, but for someone like me who doesn't understand patience, it's just a pain in the butt. Yeah, I've got a couple of things to say really about like this game, the parts of this game where you don't have the flood. Like, I'm able to get around this entire area really quickly, and it's really fun and fluent to play. Fluent, is that the right word? Fluid, maybe? Like, just like with the flood, because I can control it pretty well. This section here would be fun if it was in Mario 64, I think. Like, if you had Mario 64's floodless controls and physics, I think it would be totally fine. But, it's just so slippery in Sunshine. It's just not as good because obviously you're supposed to have the flood for like most of the game, so these sections just feel a lot less polished. But I don't know, maybe that's a challenge, you know. But it's just weird to me looking back how everyone used to say that these were the best parts of Sunshine because everyone really hated the flood back in the day. But yeah, it's just that like I feel like I've done a total 180 on this, and I'm having no difficulty with this at all. When I was practicing it earlier, I was screwing everything up. But I guess maybe I'm subconsciously being a little bit more careful here than I normally would in practice. Let's grab this one up just because why not? Oh, okay. Yep. Well, I mean, we knew a death was going to happen. It was just a matter of when, not if. Okay, well now I'm annoyed, so now I probably am going to screw up a lot more because I'm going to be going really quickly. Or, well, really quickly by my standards. This would be still a pretty pitiful speedrun, not going to lie. But that's okay. I'm definitely not a speedrunner of this game, and I'm not even bothered by that. I think I will make a save state here, just in the interest of not wasting my time or yours by sitting through this more than twice. Normally I don't like to sit through things more than once, unless it's like really ridiculous, and then we go into, if I'm suffering, you have to suffer mode. But we're not there yet. I don't think it's going to happen on a stage that's like quite easy, because I mean this is like the second intended level of the game, and I hate using that word, but you can sort of see how that is the case in a game like this, where the levels are ranked in a certain order on like the menu at the start, or when you press Z or whatever. But yeah, like I'm constantly doing this thing lately where I'll say something like this and then I forget what my original point was, but yeah. This is, yeah, okay, so this is like the second one. It's supposed to be easy. The ones that I did in like Serena Beach and Pianta Village, especially with the Chucksters, are much worse than this. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the background. Looks really nice, just more 8-bit Mario. I'm sure I've seen one like this already, so already reusing them. Brilliant. Let's just grab the shine and get out of here. Probably my least favourite shine of the stage right there, and I'm glad that it's out of the way. Don't really know what's up with that memory card. I think maybe because when I was practicing earlier, I did actually save the game, and then before I started recording this, I loaded a save state which had like an earlier save, and I think it might have been corrupted or something. It doesn't matter though, because I'm just going to be using save states to get through this playthrough anyway. So here's the second blooper thing. It's pretty much exactly the same as the first one, but it's on top of that helipad. I don't know what you guys are whinging about. Let's find out. I don't normally talk to the NPCs because I don't really care what anyone has to say, but yeah, I mean, he's pretty much just telling me what I already know. Oh, okay, that's great. So he can see it, but this guy can't. Maybe there's something directly blocking him. Doesn't look like it. Whatever. Let's just fail the spin jump a bunch of times and then get up there. I'm trying to think if there's any way I can make this mission any more enjoyable. I don't think there is. It's pretty much just going to be the same deal as the other one. I guess I can make a stop at the fruit machine and ground pound this. Do you need to ground pound it? Was that a durian that came out of there? That's pretty good. No. Is that a durian? Yeah, it is. It's not a pineapple. That's funny because on the 8th mission, you do have to ground pound it. You have to use this normally to get fruit for Yoshi, and he always wants a durian, and it's never the first one that comes out. I don't know if that's like actually lore or not, or if it's just like I'm really unlucky, but it never is the first one for me. Anyway, this guy again. Let's see if I can kill him without having to dismember him this time. It looks like that's going to be a no though, because he's already refusing to cooperate. Okay, let's... Nope. Nope. Nope, don't like this. Okay. Normally, if you can get those first two arms to be like immobilized, you can get it pulled out far enough to where you can actually damage him, and I managed to do it that time. That's what I was hoping for all the other times, but so I guess I'll just try that again. Let's get rid of this ink though. I don't want to be stuck on it. No, I really want both of those front arms. I'm not confident to do this unless they both are completely disabled. Okay. Hopefully this works. No, I'm pressing B, but nothing's happening, so I guess the game's already decided that it's not going to work. Maybe if I complain about it a little bit more, it will work. Okay, I might be in luck here. Nope. Nope, okay, well, you've left me no choice. Unless I can get it this time. Why do I keep going for it? Ugh. Right, okay. So his eyes actually did change colour earlier that time, but he started making like a whimpering noise when it was time for me to execute him, so that's how you know. Oh yeah, there's Corona Mountain in the background. I forgot to have a look around and see if I could see other parts of the world, but actually I'll be doing that on Shiny anyway, so, you know, no big deal. So, I can see the plaza in the background actually. That was kind of cool. Didn't notice that yet. Okay, so back to the plaza. The next mission is the last of the 4 that involves the Gooper Blooper. Not counting the secret ones, of course, because then there's actually 5. But yeah, might be obvious that I'm running out of things to say, really, but I've thought of a way that I can make this challenging for myself. So what you're supposed to do here is you go back over to where those bloopers are, you hit the red coin switch, and 8 red coins appear in the water. You jump on the blooper, and you swim around and get them all before the time runs out. I'm going to do this without actually using these guys, which actually makes it a little bit easier in some respects, but harder in others. Harder because you typically will be cutting it pretty close with the time, but easier because as soon as you get on one of these, you're stuck on it. Like if you crash, you're dead, and the only way to get off them is to crash or land in the shine at the end, and it's a pain in the butt, so I'm not going to bother. Also, I pressed the wrong button. Let's just get the red coins active. So going to be doing some blue coin dodging, I believe, here as well. I think there's a few just kind of hanging out, but let's just focus on the red ones for now. So there's one. when I did this in practice earlier, I went about this like in the sort of reverse order. Like I'm going about it in the sort of intended order that you would follow with the Gooper Blooper right now. Normally, or earlier, I didn't do this. God, what am I saying? Seriously. Okay, let's grab you, and let's land on you, and let's do a spin jump in this really weird angle, just because. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, it's like slightly above the water, so you can't just swim into it. This one over here is probably the one that's easiest to miss. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe it's that one that I got first. It's one of the ones that's like kind of between objects, and this one sort of is. But that makes me wonder, actually, is there one that's kind of on the other side of this boat? I've got under a minute to do this. Luckily, the timer does stop once you have all the coins. You don't have to get back before it runs out. I guess I'm going to do dolphin dives to cover ground quickly. I'm not sure if it's quicker than just using the hover nozzle, though. But, I think I should be okay. I'm only missing 2 coins, and I think they're both over here, so let's, yeah, okay. I know where they both are. So I'm going to try and land on this thing, and this one. Actually, I told a lie there. I don't know where the other one is. Is this going to be a disaster? I think this might be a disaster. Yeah, I think I've missed one. I don't have a clue where it is. I thought they were both over here, but well, it's time. Oh, there it is. No, it's not. I thought it was on top of this ship. Maybe it's over a ship somewhere. Well, I guess because I wasn't able to collect coins quickly enough, death is the only punishment for that. So that's fine. And oh yeah, it's not enough for me to just restart inside the level. I need to come all the way back out here. Because, you know, it's good to get 2 extra loads in. 2 extra loading zones that we need to get through, just for no real reason. So I guess I will just go through it backwards like I did in practice. I'm not going to edit any of this out. It's not, like, severe enough of a screw-up. Okay, can we go, though? Because, I mean, the shine appears here anyway, so there is actually, like, kind of a reason to do it in backwards order. Can you get a move on, though? Like, seriously. Come on, Mario. You're just taking the piss at this point. I'll get you later. Oh, there's the one I missed. It was under this. I knew it was in this area. I mean, I say that. I knew that, like, when I realised that it wasn't away over there, I knew that it was, like, back here. Because there's always 1 or 2 that are in this area that are kind of a pain to notice. And it's kind of even worse when you're, like, doing it than the sort of intended way with the glooper blooper. And, yeah, like, you can't really slow down. Because, yeah, well, I mean, I probably should have done it with them, honestly, so you could see what I mean. But, you know, generally, if you're watching one of my series, I kind of assume that you know the game at least somewhat well. Or at least you've played it before, or whatever. So I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I think doing dolphin dives might actually be quicker, but, we've got loads of time, and I should not fail this again. I don't think I'm going to fail it. Unless a similar thing happens, I guess. But I'm pretty sure there's like a cluster of coins over here that are all in the sort of same general area, so yeah. Let's just follow this line of coins, I guess. Yeah, the dolphin diving kind of sucks in this game. It just doesn't always work. Like, you have to be holding neutral on the control stick, or else he just will not jump. It's a minor complaint, but it's very unintuitive, frankly. Am I seriously about to, like, screw this up again? I really hope not. No, I think we'll be fine. I'm gonna land here. I'm gonna grab this, and then the last one is right there. And I should be able to make it, even though the timer is counting down. Okay, good. Phew. So, yeah, that's 2 deaths I've had in this level. On probably the 2 worst shines in the stage. At least in my opinion. I know that a lot of people really don't like Shine 8, but I know why that is, and I'm going to show you a really easy way to do it. So I had to do that camera thing just because. Now we've got a weird angle here. Not that weird, but still kind of weird. But yeah, let's head back to the plaza. Let's head back to the level. must commentate every little move. Okay, so pretty unimaginative title here. Revisited. I guess this is the second level they expected you to do, so I guess I can accept that title. Hopefully I can get him before he goes apeshit here, because he goes away on top of like the platforms and it just... okay. It just takes forever. You can definitely get him on like that first section there without him ever really leaving it. Like before he gets on the bridge. Or before he leaves the bridge, sorry. It's not even like that bad, I don't think. Because speedrunners are able to do it every time. But hopefully this isn't going to take me too long. It is a bit scary being up here, not going to lie. I don't know if the wind... oh, okay. Doesn't matter if the wind's here because Shadow Mario himself will knock me down. Yeah, that's kind of what sucks about this star. It's a star, it's not a shine. Shine was a one-off in the Mario series. They're stars. They collect stars. And these are just like stars that are dressed up as something else. Might just make a point of calling them stars from now on, honestly, because that's what they are. Alright, okay, so he's up here. Where's he going? I thought he was going to go left. In practice he did. I guess... oh. Can we, like, stop screwing everything up? That would be great. Where's he going now? Does he jump back down? I don't even remember. I think I'll be able to get him. Yeah, there he is. Okay. I think this is exactly where I killed him in practice, actually. Let's not do any fancy crap here, and let's just get the shine. Because I really don't want to have to climb up again. And he's facing away from the camera because he's shy, I guess. So this next shine is the one that I've been most looking forward to showing off, because, like I mentioned a couple minutes ago, this is definitely one of those shines that everyone has problems with, including me when I was younger, and it's like really easy to solve. The problem with it basically boils down to people not understanding how the spin jump works, either not knowing that they can do it or not having like practiced it enough. And once those two things are both done, once you know how to do it and once you've practiced it just a little bit, this shine is completely easy. But I'm going to see what this guy is singing about first of all. Oh, hold on a minute. Okay, for some reason I thought there was like 2 dots at the end of that, and it was gonna kind of annoy me a little bit for it to be 2 dots instead of 3, but I'm just blind apparently. Anyway, so what you... okay, let's just follow the familiar path. There is quite a lot of this level that I haven't really bothered to look at, like all this stuff down here, but we'll see more of that when I go and do the blue coins later on. So over here, Yoshi wants the durian. Like I said before, he always wants this. Let's just see if a durian comes out first try. I don't think it will. Let's try though. Maybe I just got lucky before. Let's have a look. Okay, so coconut, don't need it. I'm not actually going to do this though, because the way that you're... well, okay. This is something that I'm not going to do normally in this playthrough, but for this shine I am going to do it just because a lot of people do have trouble with it. I'm going to do the method that I want to do first, which involves skipping Yoshi. But then after I do that, I'm going to come back in and get the shine the normal way, just to show you that it's actually really not that hard. But yeah, so the reason that I activated the rocket nozzle on Shine 3 was so that I can use it here. So let me just get this out of the box. Okay, let's get 2 of them. Let's get 3 of them, I guess. That's not really going to matter too much though. But what I want to do is, actually, tell you what, I'm going to go onto land first and just explain this technique that I'm about to use. So I'll just jump out of the water and blast up. So he gains a lot of height when you do this. You hold in R, he shoots up. You can gain a little bit more height by jumping before he takes off, right? And that is a mechanic that you are supposed to use a few times in the game. But there's a way you can gain even more height than this. It's called rocket nozzle storage, and how to do it is you put on the regular nozzle, you hold L, and then while holding L, I'm going to press X to go back to the rocket nozzle. I'm going to hold in R all the way down just before it clicks, so don't click, just all the way down before that, and when the bar is between the top of the tank on the right hand side and the top of the like blue background, I'm going to keep holding R, but I'm going to let go of L. Like that. So now I'm going to hold L again, press X to go back, press X to go back again, and do the same thing. And I'll do it once more just for the hell of it. So I now have 3 of these stored. So if I go over to the edge of the level, go back to this nozzle and hold L and walk off, absolutely nothing happens. Okay, I screwed that up obviously. So yeah, I think because I walked away before, I think like you don't want to like walk away. You want to stay in like pressing L or whatever. So I'll do what I did again. Hold L, switch to this nozzle, charge it up, release it. Okay. So I mean, there's a bit of timing involved. So release L, L, switch back, hold in R almost all the way down. No, okay, fucked it up. So very interesting how in practice this went perfectly. Very typical. So holding R almost all the way down, let go of L, switch back to the rocket nozzle, same thing, and one more just for the hell of it. Back to this nozzle, sidestep off, and I've now went up the height of like 3 of those at once. And oh god, we can actually get a good look at the. No, we can't. We almost can. Okay, if I dive, maybe I can. You can see the plaza over there. And is there anything else? Pina Park. And yeah. So, I mean, it took me quite a while to land from that. But that's okay. Because it's going to be very useful in a second. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to angle. Oh, okay. I didn't realise there was an island there. I'm going to angle it a little bit better so I can get up here. I'm going to grab one of these coconuts, and I'm going to use a trick similar to what I did in Serena Beach to clip inside the pool area. So this is where I want to go. There's like goop on the top of this that only Yoshi can get rid of. So I'm going to have to find a way to get around that. So what I'll do is, I'll spray one of these down, pick it up, just need one of them, and I'll jump onto this platform. And I'm going to make a save state here. What I'm going to do is... Hold on a minute. Yeah, okay, never mind. So I'll just load my save state. I'm going to do this. Okay, you got to put the melon down first. Not melon, coconut. I'm going to start doing this trick again. So I've held L. I'm going to switch to the other nozzle and I'm going to start storing it. Just do another one. I think you only need 2 for this, but just to be extra safe, I will do 3. I'll make another save state here. I'll pick this up, go to the other nozzle, and just sidestep off. I'm now miles in the air with the coconut in my hand. And I'm sure you can see what I'm trying to do. I just want to land on this top platform, because you can't reach this normally. Well, I mean, you can with the rocket nozzle, but I need to get here with this coconut. And how the hell did I manage to screw that up? Just move into a slightly better position. And when I see a shadow, I'm going to ground pound, actually. I think I'm in, like, the worst possible spot for this. Yeah, I am. Like, how did this even happen? This would only happen to me. Okay, maybe if I come out of first person mode, I can... Yeah, okay, that's better. So, hopefully I'm... Nope, missed it again. Yeah, this is the pits, honestly. Like, it should not be this hard. Right, where are we going? Yeah, because like normally when you're doing like a dive like this in first person mode, well, you are actually doing a dive, and I'm not doing that here. I'm just falling normally, but here we go. So I've managed to get all the way up here with a coconut, and at this point all I'm going to do is place it in front of me, jump on this, and actually maybe I should place it a little bit further away. Place it down, jump on it, and just slide down. I'm not 100% on where the position has to be, but yeah, eventually this just happens, so I can grab the shine this way. So that was how you do that without Yoshi. It was probably more work than it's worth, honestly, but it's cool and I like to show that stuff off. Oh yeah, I forgot about the memory card thing. But like I said, I am going to go back in now and show off how you do this shine normally, because I know a lot of people have had trouble with it, and if you don't understand how the spin jump works properly, then it is admittedly a very difficult shine, but it's completely trivial once you do this, so I think it's worth showing this off. So now I'm going to have to get a durian out of there again, but that's fine. The pressure's all gone now that I've screwed up the rocket nozzle storage a million times and actually managed to do what I was trying to show off at least. I think I should be able to make this. Yeah, Okay, that looked really cool. Anyway, yeah, I think what I know what I'm going to do after I'm done with this stage. I'm going to go back into the plaza and show something else off, and it's going to let me explain the rocket nozzle thing a little bit more. Because, you know, I think my explanation worked. I think if you did what I did, you'd be able to do the glitch, but I think I did kind of stumble on my words a little bit, so I'm gonna explain it again once I'm back in the plaza. Another thing that can happen here is these fruit can sort of make the durian kind of like bounce away and fall down to the lower section, and you really don't want that because you can't pick up the durian. You need to actually kick it around, which is funny because, I mean, I get it, it's spiky, but so is the pineapple. Anyway, whatever. It's not like he holds it by the leaf, you know, he holds the pineapple's base. Anyway, just feed this to Yoshi and jump on him. So, oops. So, the spin jump is really powerful as Mario, but it's even more powerful as Yoshi. You cover a lot of distance and he flutters after it, really, for a little bit. So, if you just do the spin on the stick and then jump, you can pretty easily make this. So what you want to do is just shoot this guy, and he'll turn into this, and I can just land on it. And then from here it's just a matter of waiting a second. I think it does flash before it goes away, but you don't have to really wait. You can just come over here, then do the same thing. And I think when you get to this point, you don't actually need to go up any higher than this. You can reach the thing from here, I want to say, yeah. So I mean, if you want to do that, you can then go and get the rocket nozzle and get up there as Mario. But I'm gonna get up here as Yoshi. So let's just go over here. See if I can make it with just a regular spin jump. I'm not sure that I can. I think I'm gonna have to. Actually shoot one of these fish. But oh nope, I'm wrong. So you can get up here like that. So yeah. Actually super easy when you know how to do it. And speaking of stuff that's easy, this island over here is going to be a huge pain in the butt later on, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So let's just get off of Yoshi and get the shine for the second time. So now that we're back in the plaza, I'm going to go and get the rocket nozzle and show off another cool application of it, because I'm sure a lot of you have wondered, and I think I did mention this earlier, that like what happens if you can sort of get into Corona Mountain early. And you know, you might have thought when you saw the rocket thing that we could do that, and in a way we kind of can, but I'm going to show you what happens and why this doesn't actually help us at all. So let me just get up to this area here, up to where the area is. Let's just charge my rocket up so I've got full water. But yeah, up here is Corona Mountain. I'm going to spoil it for you right away and tell you that the loading zone just does not exist until you have all the Shadow Mario shines. I think I have mentioned this before, but I'm going to prove to you that that is the case. So I'm going to stand about here. I'm going to start storing rocket nozzles again. So best way to do it is to go into this nozzle here, the regular one, hold L, press X while still holding L. Now I'm going to hold R all the way down before it clicks, and right now I'm going to let go of L while still holding R. I'm going to hold L again, switch the nozzles, do the same thing. So hold L again, switch the nozzles, I'm still holding L, same thing again. I'm going to switch to this one and then sidestep off, and it shoots me way up into the air. So we're going to get a good look at the plaza from here. You can see the airstrip over there. And, you know, as you can imagine, I can use this to land behind it. I'm actually just going to go into first person mode and dive, or dive and then go into first person mode, because it lets me control where Mario is a little bit better. And my angle sucked, but you can see what I'm trying to do at least. If I just dive, actually I can probably avoid first person mode. So it's very easy to bonk on this wall here, but you know, if you position them just right, you should be able to get behind this fence without that happening. Let's see if I can get it this time. Nope, I think maybe I'm too low now, actually. I don't know, maybe like you have to like go in. Yeah, okay. Let's try it from a bit higher up, like here. Yeah, this'll work. At the very least I'll be out of bounds and that'll look kind of cool. So yeah, so I'm definitely behind that invisible wall now, and I should be able to land just in here. And as you can see, the loading zone just simply isn't here. I'm running around in here and nothing is happening. In fact, I think I'm pretty much stuck in here now. So it's not even a case of like the loading zone is like just small and like a tiny bit of this will trigger it. This entire area is useless. You can't do anything. So let's yeah. I wonder if like what if no, never mind. That's not gonna work. Anyway, this has gone on for longer than it had to. So I'm gonna make a save state here since I can't do a normal save. Let's have a quick look at our map here. We are now done with Rico Harbour, so we've got the 8 shines from there. In the next video I'm probably going to go and do Bianco Hills, and then after that, where's the other one? I guess, oh yeah, I've not been in like Gelato Beach yet. Well anyway, yeah, that's what the next video is going to be, Bianco Hills, so hopefully you guys have got a good understanding of how to do that rocket thing. It's a really cool glitch, and I totally invite you to mess around with it in the plaza and just wherever really. It lets you see the levels from far above and it just looks really cool. But yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.